The first thing I want to do is congratulate all of the crypto investors out there. As many of you know, Ethereum today has successfully transitioned from proof of work to proof of stake. It's a very, very big accomplishment. Now, I know there's two sides to that story. Some people believe that proof of work is better than proof of stake and another way around. Well, it's for those individual investors to decide. As for me, I hold both Bitcoin, which is at this point is a proof of work cryptocurrency, and Ethereum, which is now a proof of stake cryptocurrency. The two of the strongest cryptocurrencies out there. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about the ultimate proof of work investment out there, and that's of course real estate, right? You need to work to build the buildings, the apartments, the real estate. You need to work to rent it out. It's the ultimate proof of work investment. So in April of 2022, as some of you may remember, Fundrise consolidated 6 income-based eReits into one fund called Fundrise Real Estate Fund. I made an entire video about this merger in which I predicted that Fundrise will continue to consolidate their eReits in order to reduce the managing and operating costs. Turns out, what a shocker, I was right. As in September 2022, just a couple of weeks ago, Fundrise announced they're merging 4 eReits into 2. Yet again. Is Fundrise really doing all this in order to improve the economics of scale and minimize the operating costs? Or is there something bigger in the works there? Coming up. If you're new to Fundrise, make sure to use my refer link in the description below to open a new account and fund it with just $10. For limited time only, guys, you will receive a $50 bonus absolutely free added to your account, no strings attached. Don't miss this opportunity. Now, let's get started. After the April merger of 6 eReits into one, Fundrise is out to lower the operating costs and improve efficiency yet again. This time around, they're turning 4 eReits into 2. This means that so far in 2022, they have turned 10 eReits into just 3. Sounds very, very efficient to me. The benefits of these mergers are of course reduced costs of managing and operating these funds, obviously because it's much cheaper to operate 3 funds or eReits rather than 10. And that in turn increases the potential returns for us, the investors. Now guys, make sure to watch this entire video because I have a crazy opinion of why Fundrise is actually doing these mergers. But before we get to that, let's quickly summarize this most recent consolidation, go over a few details and the must-knows for all of the Fundrise investors. As of now, the balanced eReit has been merged into the Growth eReit, and Growth eReit 4 has been merged into Growth eReit 2. The newly formed Growth eReit is expected to hold a portfolio of around $335 million, and Growth eReit 2 will hold a portfolio of around $169 million in assets under management. If we scroll down here to the chart, what we see here is the new net asset value of the old 4 funds. So let's take a look at that. The net asset value, or the NAV, has been appraised yet again by an independent firm, and the values have been updated for all of the REITs involved. The good news is that the NAV has increased for all of the eReits involved. And so your portfolio value will likely remain the same or increase. Let's take a look. Fundrise Equity eReit, aka the Growth eReit, was appraised from $20.75 to around $21.10. Fundrise Balanced eReit went from $12.51 to $12.77. Fundrise Growth eReit 2 from $14.70 to $14.71, and Fundrise Growth eReit 6 from 12.16 to 12.24. So there's nothing to worry about. The values only went up. That means you should have seen this out of nowhere increase in the value of your portfolio, because these are the new values appraised by an independent appraisal firm for the old eReits that will ultimately transfer to the new eReits. In the transaction section of Fundrise, you will see a merge out and a merge in transaction, and they have to be of equal values. The merge out will show the removal of funds from the 4 old eReits, and the merge in will kind of signal that these funds have been placed into the new eReits, but the values are essentially the same. Q3 of 2022 will be the last quarter for which the performance of these 4 old eReits gonna be reported. This merger will not impact any redemption requests made prior to September 1st of 2022. It will also not impact any tax reporting procedures. A merger is not a taxable event. It does not count as you sold your shares in one eREIT and bought in the other eREIT. It's not taxable. You will not have to pay any capital gains tax on this event. And if you want to redeem the shares from the newly formed funds, you could do that starting September 2nd, 2022. Now let's talk about why I think that Fundrise are continuing their streak of eREIT consolidation and mergers. I think that the hidden reason that Fundrise is consolidating their eREITs is because they're slowly starting to get ready to becoming a publicly traded company. As I said many times and made so many videos about Fundrise going public. The closer we approach to this date, the less eReits and eFunds Fundrise will have, in my opinion. In fact, I believe that Fundrise will consolidate into just 5 to 7 different eReits and eFunds right before the launch of their IPO, initial public offering. So why should we care about this? Well, if you're a current Fundrise IPO holder, and in this case, IPO stands for Internet Public Offering. It never gets old of people correcting me in my comment section that I call Fundrise IPO Internet Public Offering, and everyone tries to correct me saying that's an initial public offering, to which I say, do your own research. Fundrise IPO stands for Internet Public Offering. So if you're a current Fundrise IPO holder, then this should get you really excited. There are some Fundrise investors that have been participants in this Fundrise IPO since its launch in 2017, in which case they actually saw their Fundrise IPO share value pretty much double and almost triple in just 5 years. So these investors, well, including myself, were ready to reap the rewards of our early bet on the Fundrise IPO and Fundrise as a company. Now, if you're new to Fundrise and have no idea what Fundrise IPO is, then make sure to check out my entire Fundrise playlist in the description below. It has over 50 videos on everything and anything you need to know before, during, and after investing with Fundrise. In short, however, Fundrise IPO is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to become a shareholder of a private company, which in this case is Fundrise, or Rice Corp is the official name. Then, and if and once Fundrise becomes a publicly traded company on a stock exchange, you will be able to reap the rewards by selling these Fundrise IPO shares that you got early on at a very low price. We're talking 2x, 5x, 10x your money minimum, right? In this case, these type of opportunities weren't usually available to us, the retail investors. Usually the big institutional investors, companies with millions and billions of dollars, were able to get in on the ground floor and buy shares of these companies that were offered. And then once company goes public, they sell it, making, a lot of money, 2x, 3x, 10x, like I said before. But in this case, Fundrise is letting the retail investors that are already obviously are investing with Fundrise become the shareholders of the company, and in which case, when Fundrise does decide to go public, it will be the retail investors instead of the institutional investors and those big corporations with billions to their name already. We will be able to reap the rewards for betting on Fundrise being a strong company with strong leadership and being successful. Please know that when you invest in the Fundrise IPO, you're investing in the Fundrise, the company, and not the eReits and the eFunds that Fundrise offers. So Fundrise IPO, you invest in the actual company, in the people that are working in there, in the CEO, in the plan, in the actual company. When you invest in Fundrise, eReits, and eFunds, you're investing in the real estate projects and different funds that that company offers. Now, I always put my money where my mouth is, and so I want to let you know that I have over $17,000 invested in the Fundrise IPO alone across my 2 Fundrise accounts. In fact, Fundrise offers a second once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, which I'm also a part of, by the name of Fundrise Innovation Fund. And again, 2 videos ago, I invested $5,000 live in my video into the Fundrise Innovation Fund. In short, the Fundrise Innovation Fund is attempting to democratize the venture capitalist business in small tech startups. That means you will be able to get in on the ground floor of small tech startups. Obviously, this previously was again available only to the institutional investors, accredited investors, and companies with billions to the name. Again, once in a lifetime opportunity. But if you want to learn more, make sure to check out that video again in the description below. So don't lose your chance to be part of these 2 once-in-a-lifetime opportunities and open a new Fundrise account now. Don't wait. And when the time is right, you will get your personalized offers to invest into the Fundrise IPO and the Fundrise Innovation Fund. Consolidating eReits, which was, the point of this video, in my opinion, is a direct move by Fundrise in order to be taken seriously by Wall Street when they do go public, and potentially will allow them to get higher valuations. That means if you get into Fundrise IPO at $14, which I believe what the price of it is right now per share, as you know, when companies go public, there's so much hype surrounding it. People are just jumping in on this opportunity, and usually, it'll probably go public at a price of like $30, $40, $50 per share. Okay, so again, 2x, 3x, 10. That is it for me, guys, but I want to hear from you. Do you think that Fundrise consolidating even further is a sign of them getting ready to go public? Or is there some other reason to it? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Cheers. Peace.